Here we go. We're going to do a week in review, a month in review. It's the last day of the month. But I thought I'd go over a few things and do a Saturday show. And here we go. And thank you to all the new subscribers. We're at 420. Okay, I don't need anybody going 420. What 420 is. Every number we hit going forward is a milestone, I will add. And actually, I am excited for the future as we continue to grow and going live and interacting. And I think it'd be fun to hear people's views and further views. Is it the Jews? Y'all watch David Wood and A Prostate Prophet. They are here on this planet doing God's work to crush Islam. And they say things like that, like those Dawa guys blame the Jews in the way they talk. They make fun of it. So you got to go check them out so you'll know what I am talking about. So I think first up, and I've got a whole list, a stack of stuff we'll try to get through. Maybe even more stuff. I don't know. But here we go. And we got some wins, and we got some retards, and it's like a big mix of everything that's happening in the chaotic world that we are living in today. So here we have radical nurses fired after being exposed by LOTT. And LOTT, ladies and gentlemen, is Libs of TikTok. They are on X. Go check them out. They are really great. Their postings are great, informative. Yeah, it's not retarded. It's not retarded. As ICE deportation operations ramp up across the country, calls for violence against federal agents and conservatives have skyrocketed, you think? It's crazy. Recently, there has been an upsurge of radical left-wing nurses promoting violent action or targeting discrimination against those they disagree with, which is insane and scary and terrifying all at the same time. So what is everybody rethinking? And what is this last line? Let's get to this last line. And we were there to expose them. TikTok. Libs of TikTok expose them. Are we like, because guys, so millions upon millions, if it's not billions of people are on Facebook. Now, remember how many of those out of that statistically that everybody knows what affiliation of politics they are, right? Or if they're on X. X is very political. I love X, by the way. It's very political. Facebook is more of a blend of politics, family-oriented, and things like that. Or people just want to tell you about their pets, or they're going to tell you about what they ate for dinner. It's crazy. It's just all crazy. And I am guilty for one or two posts, maybe a decade ago. I was taking care of my mom and my brother and his wife. They brought me over a plate of food. I think it was then. They brought me over, I don't know if it was for that Thanksgiving or, I don't know, whatever. But they brought me over a big plate of food, and I took a picture of it because it was amazing. That plate of food just came to my door, so I thought that was warranted. But other than that, guys, I don't really interact on Facebook. Every now and then I'll pop up one of my videos, but nobody's watching them. I think I have 500 followers on Facebook. Which is 80 more than I have on YouTube, but I get more views on YouTube than I do on Facebook. Which is ironic because I think a lot of it was family and friends, but they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. But getting back to the point, the coffee is delicious. As these people say, you come to the hospital, can they just Google your name and find out everything about you? Oh, yeah, they're a mega. Oh, no, they're one of us, a retard. And here they are administering you in medicine or anesthesia, all kinds of stuff, and then they're out here promoting that they don't want to help ICE agents, and for that matter, probably mega in general. I would be afraid and very afraid. The first nurse we exposed was Lexi Lawler. A labor and delivery nurse at Baptist Health Boca Raton Regional Hospital in Florida. Boca Raton, I guess that's how you say it. Lexi posted a video of herself saying how she hopes Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt suffers a severe fourth-degree tear during childbirth and has a medical complication. This is crazy and disgusting and despicable. I mean, by looking at her, I guess, yeah, with those stupid glasses. Why is it lately? It seems like just lately. I don't know. Is it just me? But lately, have we not seen either gay guys or these snowflake guys wearing glasses like this and these libtard women wearing glasses like this? What is happening? I don't know. I'm just pointing that out, that I just thought, man, why am I seeing these crazy glasses on these retards? But anyway, there she is. And then she's lovely. Look, she's wearing a shirt that says Trump sucks. Isn't that special? Isn't that special? Isn't that lovely, June? It's just so lovely. Shortly after our story went viral, Lexi was fired from her nursing position and then had her license revoked by the state. I think that she should not be able to get a license in any other state. Just saying. So she gets her license revoked there. What, can she go next door to another state and just reapply? I don't know. Somebody let me know. This says the Attorney General, James, is it going to tell me what his name is? No, when I hover over it, it's not. So this is an article from Libs on TikTok. Okay, so I just clicked on it, so it's not giving me, it's shot me over to the article. Effective today, Leslie Lawler is no longer allowed to practice nursing in Florida, making statements that wish pain and suffering on anyone who those statements are directly related to one's practices is an ethical red line we should never cross. And there you go. And what does this say? This says, let me go back up here. I don't know if this is relevant. The comments made in social media video by a nurse at one of our facilities did not reflect our values of the standards we expect of healthcare professionals following a prompt review. The individual is no longer employed by our health system. While we respect the right to personal opinions, there is no place in healthcare for language or behavior that calls into question a caregiver's ability to provide compassionate, unbiased care. Wow. So everybody's got a right to their opinion, but don't they take a Hippocratic oath to save a life regardless of whatever? I mean, I always said it took special people to do certain tasks, like people in the hospice business, people in taking care of artistic people, special needs group of people. These are special people. And it's just appalling and shocking, at least to me, is when they misuse their position. And I would think either they're going to, this sends a message out to the rest of them like, oh, we better just keep our mouth shut. But they still feel this way, right? Who can you trust? Who can you trust at this point is what I'm screaming. But this is, however, was just the beginning. Boom. And here we have another retard, sadistic, narcissistic sociopath. I don't know. What else do you call him? Eric Martindale, another registered Florida nurse. What is happening in Florida? Thought Florida was conservative. What is going on? Made a post online saying he won't give anesthesia to Republicans undergoing surgery, believing his choice to be ethical and within his rights. So, what? He's the guy on call. There's an emergency situation. He's the only one there, and somebody comes in. Nah, man. They're a Republican. I have an ethical right to deny giving them my services. And this is what this moron says. I will not perform anesthesia for any surgeries or procedures for MEGA. It is my right. It is my ethical oath. What, did he just create his own own Hippocratical oath, and I stand behind my education. He, good Lord, I own all my businesses and I can refuse anyone. Well, I guess the word gets out about you, my guy. I don't know how much business you're going to have. You need to go move to one of these blue states, right? That are just pure leftist retards. Maybe you'll fit right in. Later on, he claimed. Oh, this is going to tell us in the next line. Despite claiming that his social media accounts were hacked, Florida Attorney General James Othermeyer announced that Erica's nursing license has been revoked. Eric's nursing license has been revoked. Now, this James guy, I don't know what state he's from. I guess he's from Florida. Yeah, I'm retarded. Of course I am. Following our expo, now, Libs on TikTok, they found all this stuff. They were hammering these people. I'm telling you, you need to check out Libs of TikTok. They've been so good. Following our expose, Florida just revoked nurse Eric Martindale's license for posts saying he will not provide anesthesia to conservatives undergoing surgery. And thank you, AG James Rudemeyer, for looking out for the safety of Floridians. So he's from Florida. Duh. Yeah, I'm retarded. I'm a little slow. Effective today. Boy, this guy's had to pop out a couple of these, didn't he? Eric Martindale is no longer a registered nurse in Florida. Healthcare is not contingent on political beliefs, and we have zero tolerance for partisans who put politics above their ethical duty to treat patients with the respect and dignity that they deserve. It is mind-boggling that you would, disregard human life over politics. It's like, what? It's like I keep bringing up the alien scenes where she's like, well, you don't see them screwing each other over for a percentage. That was in Aliens 2 and Sigourney Weaver. Ripley said that to Burke. We don't see them screwing each of them over for a percent. The aliens, they work together for a common goal. Melinda Rose Cook, a healthcare worker at VCU, in Virginia, posted a series of videos encouraging people to inject ICE agents with, let me see if I can say this, cetaclorine, a temporary paralysis drug, and spray poison on them. I did see the video where she described what to do. She said go get some poison ivy or poison oak, crumble it up really good or whatever, and put it in some water, and then squirt it in people's faces. I did see her say that. She also encouraged women to go on dates with agents and poison their food. Good Lord, woman. What is wrong with you? And there's her. There's the outstanding citizen right there. That is in the nursing. But, there's more of them out there, guys. Following our report, Melinda was put on leave by the hospital after the hospital completed its investigation and announced that Melinda had been fired from her nursing position. Let's see. Following an investigation, the individual involved in the social media videos is no longer employed by the VCU Health. In addition, VCU Health has fulfilled its reporting requirements under Virginia state law. I don't even know what's happening in Virginia. I think they cheated, y'all. I don't think Spielberger is a legitimate attorney general, for Pete's sake. No, she's governor. My bad. She's the governor. It's Jones that's your attorney general. Good Lord. Lord help y'all. Y'all better do some serious praying over there. They weren't the only nurses we exposed. And again, I want to keep reiterating, these people should not be able to go to another state and get another license. Shada Pretty Korzuk, I don't know, whatever. A former vice president of First Choice Home Health in Ohio also posted a video wishing for Press Secretary Kathleen Leavitt to experience traumatic injuries during childbirth. This was insane. Now, I did do a story on her as well, and it was pretty horrific. I had watched the video, and it was like, whoa, what is your malfunction? What is happening? Let's see. With extensive experience in post-acute leadership. Oh, wow. What is happening? She has a point. She's got this acute leadership, but yet she says the most vile, disgusting things. In the aftermath of our report, First Choice Home Health released a statement confirming she was no longer employed by their organization. Let's see, and this is the First Choice response. We are aware of a social media post made by a former employee that has led to questions and external comments. This individual is no longer employed by our organization and does not represent us in any capacity. The statements made on her personal social media account do not reflect our organization's values or practices, and I hope they continue to. I hope libs of TikTok continue to follow up to make sure that they didn't just say this, that all these people really did get fired. Now look, guys, I think we outnumber the retards. The conservatives, we outnumber them. And thank God for libs of TikTok. Additionally, we exposed 2 other nurses, Michael McClure, who works at Atrium Health in North Carolina, and Amanda Valentine, a nurse at VMF Health in Washington. And what did these 2 outstanding citizens do? What did they do? Michael posted a comment on Facebook stating that ICE agents better pray they don't end up in a hospital because the nurses won't be kind. Wow. Amanda posted a video of herself having a meltdown over ICE. Oh, God, she's one of those. What is up with that, with all these liberal tard women posting meltdowns? They don't have a husband and they don't have children. They probably got a house full of cats. We do have one cat and we love her. Saying she may not be able to control her anger around an ICE agent in the hospital. She's just retarded. Both hospitals have yet to comment on the current status of their employment. Our reports was so effective that even Media Matters was forced to write a propaganda hit piece in defense of these radical nurses who threaten videos. What is happening? Media Matters is fuming that I called out teachers who celebrated people who assaulted and tried to kill ICE agents and nurses who want to target ICE agents. So basically, Media Matters supports killing ICE agents. Typical lefts. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Libs of TikTok is doxing teachers and nurses who support Alex Preddy and oppose ICE, trying to get them fired. Wow. See how that headline, it just makes it look so bad, but when you actually dig into, and y'all saw what all those other nurses did and said. In fact, I have witnessed it with my own eyes, the videos that they pumped out. It's amazing. You guys, if you're not sure about something, go and research it. Go and find out. Don't take TikTok's word for it, libs of TikTok's word for it, that he's doxing teachers and nurses for supporting Alex Preddy, right? You're like, what? Or opposes ICE, trying to get them fired. Well, why would he try to get them fired? It was a pretty damn good reason why libs of TikTok did what they did. And we need to be thanking them. We need to be thanking them because, hey, you or me or anybody could be going in there and then they treat you like this and you don't know what they're going to do. These people are sick and crazy. We've got footage of them, actually, the protesters, the peaceful protesters, stopping people and asking them for their papers to prove that they're not ICE. These people are insane. These people are insane. As Democrats and the media fan the flames of political extremist far-left activists continue to promote harm against conservatives and ICE agents, libs of TikTok will not stop exposing them. We've seen what happens when violent political rhetoric is ignored. Our president faced an assassination attempt while Charlie Kirk, and beloved father and leader, was slain in front of the nation for his beliefs. And yeah, I mean, with your support, and they're just asking for support. So you can go support them and do what you need to do, for sure, for sure. I'm glad libs of TikTok are informing us and letting us know about what is going on. Now, here we go. We have a story. Now, this was 2 days ago. A man was shot by Border Patrol. Okay, let me move it. Say, man shot by Border Patrol. I moved my face. Now I put my face back. Sister of a man shot by Border Patrol says, what does she say? Well, let's find out what she says.
But first, new information on a man shot by a Border Patrol agent south of Tucson. His sister is speaking out, saying he's no victim. Thanks for joining us. I'm Valerie Cavazos. We're learning more about Patrick Gary Schlegel. He's in custody after the Border Patrol shot him yesterday morning on Arivaca Road. Agents say they were trying to pull him over for suspected human trafficking. 13 News reporter Kayla Butter brought you the late-breaking details on the shooting yesterday, and today she spoke with Schlegel's sister. She joins us live from the Pima County Sheriff's Department. Now, Kayla, what does she have to say about yesterday's incident?
Well, Valerie, she, for starters, says she's not surprised to see that her brother has been arrested, but she, after seeing mixed emotions and feelings on social media about yesterday's shooting, wants to make one thing clear to the community. Her brother does not need or deserve any sympathy.
I was actually making lunch and a neighbor had called and he heard it was my brother and it just blew me away. I had no clue. I dropped my plate and was, holy crap. That's my brother.
Amber Schlegel recalls the moment she found out her brother, Patrick Gary Schlegel, was the man involved in a Border Patrol shooting. Patrick Schlegel, a U.S. citizen, is being charged with assault on a federal officer after he shot at a U.S. Customs and Border Protection helicopter that was working to locate him after he was found transporting 2 illegal immigrants into the United States for money, according to his criminal complaint.
To hear that he's back running illegals again didn't surprise me, but to hear that he actually fired at federal agents, that took me by surprise.
Schlegel was previously convicted of multiple felonies, including alien smuggling, and was wanted on a federal warrant before his arrest yesterday after escaping from custody in December. Amber says in the past day, she's seen people on social media and in protest defend her brother's actions, something she says is not warranted.
He is no victim. He is a violent person. That's who he always has been.
According to his criminal complaint, Schlegel was paid $22,000 to transport the 2 men into the United States, something Amber says he did strictly for his own financial gain.
You know, illegals or not, I don't care how people feel. They're people. He could have killed them with no care.
Amber says after his escape from custody in December, Schlegel sent her threatening messages for speaking out against him online, prompting her to file an order of protection against him. Now, she says regardless of how the investigation goes, she's just glad he's somewhere where he can't hurt her.
He's where he should be. Whether he recovers or not, he needs to be locked up for a very long time.
What is happening? $20,000. Now, what I found was I don't know if it's contradictory, but she says, I wasn't surprised that he went back to trafficking people. But then she said, I was really surprised when he shot at them. Okay. But then she goes on to say, because he got $20,000 to take 2 people. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Dang. So then she said, whatever you think about illegals, they're people too. But she said he would have killed them. But she was surprised he shot at the helicopter. He shot at the police. But she said he could have killed them. Because he's just doing it for his own gain. So I don't know. Do y'all think that's a little contradictory? Like, what, you're not surprised that he's transporting illegals again, but you're shocked that he shot at the police. But then you say, these people are human, but he's just doing this for his own gain. And he would have killed them. He needs to be where he's at. He doesn't need to get back out. I was like, wow, what is happening? Just saying, what do you think? Oh, man, I didn't even know this woman was still alive. Everybody remember Jane Fonda? You young people probably have no clue who Jane Fonda is. She's Hanoi Jane. Is that what they called her? Hanoi Jane? Something like that. For the woman who sided with North Vietnam during the war, yeah, she was siding with the enemy. She was siding with the enemy. Jane Fonda on Don Sucks Lemon is a professional journalist. He and his producer were doing their job. We have to speak up. When a red line is crossed like this, we cannot be silent. Man, there has been a slew of celebrities this past week. It seems like where had they been? They come out of the woodwork, I think right after Preddy was killed. And boom, they were just flooding. Bruce Springsteen said he wrote the song in one night, y'all. And if you listen to it, you can totally tell. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Now, I understand sometimes something can come together, but good night. He threw it together, and if you listen to the song he wrote, let me back up so you know what I'm talking about. Bruce Springsteen writes a song about the Pretty Good shooting. I know, it's terrible, Rochelle. That's just terrible. Anyway, he writes a song about them. And, you know, their political journey and, you know, they're just good Americans. Whatever he's saying I heard a piece of the song. But guess what? The music sounds just like some other song he wrote. Like, as soon as you hear it, you know it's him. It's like, dude, and then when they said, the commentary's like, yeah, he said he wrote it in one night. And then boom, I was like, yeah, I could tell. It's garbage. It's crap. He sucks. He's irrelevant. He needs to go away. But it wasn't just him. It was a handful of others. I have them buried in a stack of stuff. I was going to do a show on it. And then I thought, I don't even want to give these people the time. But what's crazy is that this woman is what? In her 80s? What is happening? Why don't she go away, go knit, go paint, go do something other than try to tell people what they need to be doing to go up against ICE. It's retarded, and she needs to go away. She's a commie anyway, right? She's a Benedict Arnold. Okay, I've got 2 videos to show you. And we're going to look at this one first. We are going to look at this one first. Nick sort of posted on X. Leftists are now occupying the lobby of Trump Tower in New York City, chanting anti-ICE propaganda. When did he post this? Oh, come on, work with me. What is happening? I guess it's not telling me because I'm right on the article, but it was just recent. It was either yesterday or sometime today. He says, what the hell? It's taking police so long to respond. The Trump Tower is a massive target. Cops should have been close enough to shut this BS down within 30 seconds. Now, I want y'all to see what they're holding up. They're holding up like Black Lives Matter signs, right? Different people that maybe were killed, and all of these are, most of them are illegals and criminals. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it. And listen to what these morons are saying.
Now's the time. From Minnesota to Palestine. General strike. Now's the time.
You're not allowed to be here.
And this administration, so that all of us remember what is being done by Donald Trump, ICE, and this regime.
Have to die! Team Swan Ben!
How many more have to die?
How many more have to die? How many more? That's what they're chanting. Did this guy look like just a lunatic? This guy right here? It's like these people are possessed. Or they're just getting paid really well to spout retardation. Right? They're just getting paid really well. So, keep in mind, they got professional signs. Somebody made all of these signs for them. All of these. This was staged. So somebody had to organize this and say, okay, this is where we're going to go and we're going to say, and we got all these pictures of these people, whether I can guarantee you they were all criminals. Probably 99.9% of them were criminals. I'm just saying. But remember what they were chanting. How many more people have to die under the ICE? or under the Border Patrol or under police. Okay, this is what they're saying. In the Trump Tower, ladies and gentlemen. But look at here. Innocent Americans' lives stolen, families broken. These are the faces of victims killed by illegal immigrants thanks to open borders and sanctuary city policies. When bad policies let criminals stay, Americans pay the ultimate price. In sanctuary cities now, put America first. Now, remember what we just watched, which their propaganda is telling people how many more of these people have to die. And you know they're talking about pretty good. They're talking about George Floyd. They're talking about Brown. They're talking about all of this crazy stuff of these illegals who run from the police or shoot back at the police. But no, not a word about all these people, all these American innocent people killed by illegals because the Biden regime let these people in our country.
This is not about safety. It's not even about immigration.
And what's it about? What's it about? I don't know if I'll get blocked for the music, but make sure. What did he say?
Will that happen? My dead request for me, and you can make all your requests for me to resign over my dead body. Will that happen?
Wow. And these are all the faces. And this is just a smidgen of these innocent people who were killed very violently. Very violently. They weren't running from the police. These people were killed by illegals. They were killed by illegals. I believe she was 12. I remember this story. And they found her. I'm not going to go into any details because it's so horrific. It's just unbelievable. Some of these people were murdered, raped, and thrown off. One was thrown off a bridge. You got the pedos. And you just watched what they did. You just watched what they did. What they said. They said, when's it going to be enough? I'm asking you, when is this enough? When is this enough? So you got pictures. Look at these. Let me see if they got any close-ups. Dead in ICE custody. I wonder why. Let's see. Look at all of this. These are all like grown men, grown-ass men who are probably illegals. Yeah. Do sometimes cops make mistakes? Yeah. I don't want to hear no crap from nobody. But you're going to tell me that these people's lives matter over these lives? Or the illegals' lives? Look, I don't want to see anybody get killed. But you come in this country illegally, and then you start murdering our innocents. And then you start trafficking drugs that kills hundreds of thousands of our young people every year. And you're going to tell me that when is enough? These people, just remember, all of these faces, and there's even more. Somebody put this little video together, and it was really good. It was a really good video. Showing you the faces of the victims. The horrified, which the left-wing media is not going to show you. They don't talk about that. Nope. They don't want to talk about that. They want to sensationalize pretty good. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Sensationalize that and demonize our law enforcement because they want chaos. Right is wrong and wrong is right. Okay, so we all know about Fulton County in Georgia where they went in there and they took all the election paperwork from 2020. Well, I don't know if y'all watched the video I did yesterday of this woman. And I was saying that she was going to go down with the Titanic of what she's wearing. It looked like It looked like one of those outfits somebody'd wear on a ship from back in the day. But anyway, I thought this woman's take on that other woman, because she was in the hallway while they were getting the stuff out, and she was recording to the public. But her take on this was excellent. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Now I sped it up just a hair, and here we go.
Fulton County. A lot of stuff about this FBI raid. Is it just me, or does she look like Kamala Harris on a budget in Michael Jackson outfit?
At the Fulton County elections and registrations, I'm on the inside right now.
Doing this video while the FBI was taking 700 boxes.
So I just want you to be like real discerning about all that you're hearing from people who are on the outside of what's going on. I'm going to give you the truth about what's happening.
You about to give us that bullshit.
So they served a warrant, the FBI, this is Trump, serving a warrant to go pick up the 2020 ballots, which are in a secure location inside of here, 700 boxes.
So if this is the 2020 election, why y'all tripping? I mean, just give them the boxes. What's the problem is?
The first warrant that they gave was incorrect legally, like they didn't follow the right procedure. They went back and they fixed it, and they came back, and now they are actually collecting the boxes.
You didn't think that was gonna come back?
They are in the command, the chain of command in Fulton County is that once they are archived, they become the possession of the clerk of Superior Court, which is Shay Alexander. She is here and she is with them inventorying everything that they're taking.
That's why your nervous ass out in the hallway doing a video.
We, the commissioners, the chairman, the county attorney, are trying to figure out a legal plan as to maybe an injunction, a motion to quash. We don't know yet.
Y'all should have thrown them shits away a long time ago, okay? That's too late for that shit.
We're trying to figure it out. We're getting all kinds of legal advice to stop this, because once they have the ballots, how do we then turn around and do something different when they've already got their hands on it?
What's something different are you gonna do? These are ballots from the 2020 election. What you gonna do?
This is an attempt to take your vote away.
Bitch, they already voted. This is 2020. The votes have been counted. They're in. We didn't have the presidency already. And a new president.
This is all about November 2026, about the primary on May 19th and then the November election. He does not want the midterm elections to take away his power.
No shit, Sherlock, but they ain't got shit to do with the cheating that y'all was doing in 2020.
So he's trying to create chaos. So this is what he does.
This is what y'all do.
Chaos in Minnesota, chaos in Fulton County.
See, this bitch gonna keep making me cuss. He ain't causing no chaos there. That's the protesters doing all that agitating. And that's your ass doing all that cheating in Fulton.
We are a target. Protect your vote at all costs.
How are we supposed to protect it if y'all out there stealing them?
I'm telling you, everybody always says your life depends on it. Oh, your life does depend on it this time.
I know we said it 19,000 other times on every other election, but this time we're being really, really for real. Your whole life. I know that bitch didn't walk off like she done really said something. Boo! Boo! I promise I can't stand these Democrats. Lord have mercy.
Oh, man. That was good. I don't know what her name is. Somebody else had posted this. G-Pa Indy posted it on X, but I came across it. I was like, this is hilarious. She did a great job. She said, I know she didn't walk off like she done saying something. That was great. That was awesome. Good job. I like this, and I hope we do it. I hope we do it. It says President Trump is being urged to rename ICE to NICE. So the mainstream media would be forced to say NICE agents, National Immigration and Customs Enforcement. I like it. I like it. This push is coming from viral posts on social media. So look at this. Yeah, I think we do need to have it. We need to make this nice. Yes, what do you think? Good idea? Make it nice. NICE equals National Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Perfect. Perfect. This is the perfect example of talking to somebody who's actually experienced and lived in socialism or a communist regime and country and know the actual reality. Now, we can read books. A lot of us older folks, we understand in the past socialism, communist countries and the oppression and how these government regimes work, right? We understand this. Capitalism is, you might have some beef with capitalism. There's not going to be anything perfect, but dad blame, man, everybody in the world wants to come here because it is the best place to live. It is the best. It is the best, hands down. The greatest country on the planet so far. Great explanations of socialism and how it crushes innovation and creativity by a man whose African country was destroyed by it. In socialism, Lebanon James, whether he scores 70 points or 30 points, he will be paid the same amount of money because the team will be owned by the government. So he gives an analogy of socialism and how it works. But listen to what he says.
They want to know, did socialism destroy Africa? And then they made a comparison to like China.
Yes, I'll tell you the truth, okay? I know socialism, what it means, because my country, Benin, became a socialist Marxist, the only one ever in West Africa. People were dead, people were killed, and they crushed the economy to the ground. Socialism has only one evil seed in it, which is your creativity will never be rewarded by its own activity. So in socialism, LeBron James, whether he scored 70 points or 30 points, he will be paid the same amount of money because the team will be owned by the government. Tell me, how would he wake up and practice hard to score 70 points? Once government become the owner of your talent, that is the end of creativity.
They want to know, did socialism destroy Africa?
And it's absolutely true. You can't argue with that. It's absolutely true. And you hear all these young people screaming socialism. They just want free stuff and all of this stuff. It will cause resentment. And there's only a small portion of the population that wants this, by the way. And it was only a small portion of the population that wanted abortion. Guys, we cannot fall asleep anymore at the wheel. We have to be vigilant. We have to keep getting the word out. And we have to keep moving forward. We can't move back. We can't go back to Obama. We can't go back to Biden and Harris regime. We have to crush socialism, communism, wokeism. We have to crush it. Now, I really liked this. This could show you the difference. The difference. Here we have an elderly Vietnamese woman who's legally immigrant, has a strong message for the Democrats of America. This is going to show you the difference between an illegal citizen and a legal citizen. Check this out.
Democrats want everything free. I work for it. I didn't get anything free.
This isn't even your country, though.
But I adopted it. I've lived in this country more than my own native country. So this is America. Is my home now.
You don't want to fly a flag out of Vietnam?
For what? They're communists now. You crazy? You don't want to sit in your ass and get the government and pay for it. I worked all my life, so now I have my pension. I worked for it. I don't get anything free. So you want to get something free, go to a communist country. Don't stay here.
You want something free? Go to a communist country. I love it. I like it. Boy, there's a huge difference now. Boy, my goodness. Lord, I don't know. Either New York, either they scammed them and Mandami won. I don't know, because there's been a lot of cheating going on, y'all. A lot of cheating. A lot of stuff's been coming out. I mean, I've been putting stuff away, a stack of stuff, to maybe do a whole show. I'm waiting for even more and more tidbits keep coming out of what we've been seeing in Georgia for the election, the voter fraud, pounding, taking stacks and running them twice. They've got stuff on camera. Oh, man, it's insane what's been going on. And I saw something today that they think that because there was a reason why, now this is just speculation, but I kind of was thinking the same thing, that because there was a tie with Venezuela and something to do with the machines in some other country that was helping them rig the election in America. So Trump goes in, takes Maduro, right? And I'm thinking Maduro is probably spilling his guts, right? And so then Trump had got enough evidence for a judge to sign off for them to go and collect all that stuff out of Georgia. Yep. I don't know, man. I mean, it could be possible. I got my tinfoil hat halfway on and halfway off that, I was thinking Maduro's spilling his guts. Who's he been working with? I'm fixing to show you a video that has a young man in it. Maybe he's 14, 15, 16 years old. It was interesting, and we're going to look at it in just a moment. But this is what the person who posted this says. How come this young man gets it, but Democrats don't? Because they're not as smart as a fifth grader. What can Schumer and Jeffries not comprehend? I think they just want to stay in power. They know exactly what they're doing. Don Lemon met with the group before they entered the church. He knew what the plan was. He had to know these people he had just joined up with were about to break the law. He's supposed to be smart, right? Questionable. So how come Don Lemon didn't know he could be charged with the FACE Act? He didn't consult his attorney before he went in there, I guess. The Biden administration's DOJ arrested and prosecuted journalists and filmmakers from the January 6th event, but it's okay for Don Lemon to do the same thing, and it's not illegal. Lemon was asked to leave, and he didn't. The uproar from the MSN and even CNN that fired Lemon for being worthless are sticking up for him. Wow. Where were these people when Catherine Hedridge started getting harassed and threatened by the Biden administration's DOJ while working for CBS, demanding that she turn over her notes, her computer, and her sources? They didn't and don't care about her, but they'll all gaga for the Dawn. They are all gaga for the Dawn. Now watch this boy. I was so impressed with him.
Last night, federal agents arrested journalist Don Lemon in Los Angeles after he recently covered protest activities in Minnesota. Once again, the administration is behaving no differently from police states and authoritarian regimes across history. They've arrested a journalist for the crime of doing his job.
All right, Schumer, let's calm down for a second. You keep calling Trump and his administration a authoritarian regime and police state. But that narrative falls apart pretty quickly once you explain why he actually got arrested. This is the part that Chuck Schumer is leaving out. Don Lemon wasn't just arrested for doing his job and being a journalist. He was arrested for breaking into a church, disrupting the religious service, and interfering with people while they were practicing their faith. And he even refused to leave when the pastor told him, which is this clip.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked if you actually would also leave this building.
And at that point, you're not even a reporter anymore or a journalist. You're interfering and trespassing. So that's why he was arrested. He broke the FACE Act, which is specifically made to protect places of worship from harassment, obstruction, or intimidation, which is what him and his group of rioters were doing. And just so everyone can be aware, protesting is legal, and so is journalism. But what you guys did, breaking into a church, harassing people, screaming at them, refusing to leave, that's not legal. That's already breaking the law. So don't tell me that the Trump administration is a police state when we're just enforcing the laws.
Last night.
That was brilliant. Kudos to him. His parents must be proud. I'm sure, because that was just brilliant. I would be proud. I would be so proud. Let's take a look at the documents that Don sucks lemons. All right, so I asked Grok to give me some info on the indictment, unsealed January 30th, 2026. The indictment charged Lemon and 8 others with conspiracy to deprive religious freedoms by disrupting a Minnesota church service protesting ICE immigration raids, specifically allegedly aligning Lemon physically obstructed exciting congregants while filming. Lemon released without bond after appearing in a Georgia federal court. I don't know why they didn't put bond on him. Plans of First Amendment defense. The case highlights blurred lines between reporting and participation. I don't think the lines are blurred. He was asked to leave and he didn't. He stayed around and he agitated people, with supporters viewing it as journalism suppression amid 2026 heightened immigration enforcement debates. So I asked Grok to give me the indictment, the federal indictment against Don Lemon, full name Don Ronaldo Lemon. Whatever. And 8 co-defendants was unsealed on January 30th, 2026 in the U.S. District Court for the District of Minnesota. And there's the case number if you need to know it. It is a 14-page grand jury indictment charging the defendants in connection with the January 18th, 2026 protest that disrupted a worship service at City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota, a Christian house of worship, where one pastor reportedly serves as an acting field director for the ICE in St. Paul field office. Defendants. The indictment names 9 defendants total, including Nicomia Vandelza Livy. Just call her Armstrong, a.k.a. Nikema Valdez Levy. Why do they always have to have goofy names? Chatterley Louisa Anna. She's on some kind of school board. William Scott Kelly, a.k.a. DeWoke Farmer. He is a complete lunatic. Don Sucks Lemons. We know he's a washed-up CNN journalist. Jamal Lindy, a similar spelling. I don't know who that is. I don't know who these other people are. Turner G. Cruz, Georgia Ellis Fort. Georgia Ellis Fort is the camera operator. She was filming. And 2 others, Jamal Delanglo Richardson and Ian Davis Austin, mentioned in some reports. Charges. The defense faced 2 main counts. Here we go. Conspiracy against rights. That's 18 U.S.C. 241. Conspiracy to injure, oppress, threaten, intimidate persons in the free exercise and enjoyment of rights secured by U.S. law, specifically the First Amendment right of religious freedom at a place of worship. Cross-referenced with protections under 18 U.S.C. and 248, the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act or FACE Act, which also applies to house of worship in this context. So, yeah, I bet the Dems, because I think it was Clinton that did this, or was that Biden? Who put that up? That they had that. Man, I'm having a brain fart. I looked at so much stuff this week. A substantive count of injuring, intimidating, I can't even read or talk, and interfering with the exercise of religious freedoms at a place of worship under the FACE Act 18 U.S.C. 248 or related provisions. Penalties can include up to 10 years or more imprisonment on the conspiracy count and additional fines time of the Interference Act. Oh, wow. Key allegations. Let's see. On the morning of Sunday, approximately 10:30 a.m., the church pastor was leading the congregation in a liturgical service. That service, the church pastor congregation were then exercising and exercising. They were exercising their First Amendment right. They were worshiping. The service commenced. A group of approximately 20 to 40. Yeah, I was wondering how many it was. I was thinking 20 to 30. Agitators, a bunch of retards, including all the defendants named in this indictment, entered the church. Now, they filmed it all. And then she was the camera girl, was standing there filming while Don Sucks Lemons was talking to the old man right in the doorway. And all the protesters walked by that camera. It's all on film. They are retarded. They entered the church in coordinated takeover style, attacked and engaged in acts of oppression, intimidation, threats, interference, and physical obstruction alleged herein. As a result of defendants' conduct, the pastor and congregation were forced to terminate the church's worship service. Congregants fled the church building out of fear for their safety. Others took steps to implement an emergency plan, and young children were left to wander, as one child put it, if their parents were going to die. The indictment details 29 overt acts allegedly committed by the defendants in furtherance of the conspiracy, including physical, occupying the main aisles and front row of the chairs, yelling loudly at the pastor and congregants, and or physically obstructing them as they attempted to exit or move about within the church. Specific allegations regarding Don Lemon. He live streamed the event under the guise of chronologizing, but analyzing, allegedly revealed he was in league with the activists though, through his footage. So he was chronicling it. He was saying he knew what was happening, but he couldn't tell it was a secret. We saw him say that. He began streaming from a snowy parking lot near where the group was, gearing up for a resistance operation against immigration policies. He allegedly took steps to maintain operational secrecy by reminding certain co-conspirators not to disclose the target of the operation, and stepped away so his mic would not divulge planning details. Yep, we all saw that. We all saw it. He thanked activist Retardo Armstrong for what she was doing. Yeah, he kissed her. She kissed him. They hugged. They were like singing Kumbaya. Lemon is accused of participating in the menacing and threatening behavior, including physical occupation and obstruction. Hell, the pastor asked him to leave. The protest involved chanting "ICE out" and "Justice for Renee Good" inside the church. They are retarded. Additional context: Lemon was arrested in Los Angeles, appeared in federal court there, and was released without bond on his own recognizance. Next appearance reportedly in Minnesota. I think I saw something. His appearance is February 9th, I believe. He and his attorney have stated the charges are baseless. Of course they did. Violate press freedoms under the First Amendment, and that he was presently solely as a journalist filming and reporting. They plan a vigorous defense. Yeah, he better. Earlier attempts to charge via criminal complaint were reportedly rejected by a magistrate judge, and on appeal for lack of probable cause regarding Lemon and some journalists, prosecutors proceeded via grand jury. And certainly the grand jury was like, oh yeah, we're all about this. And it's all been filmed. The full 14-page indictment is a public document. It can be accessed via PACER, federal court system, news outlets that obtain copies, and there you go. There's some case numbers if you guys want to go and get it. News reports provided the most detailed public excerpts available shortly after hearing. This case has sparked debate about press freedoms, the line between journalism and participation in protests. I don't even think he's a journalist. And protests and enforcement of laws protecting religious exercises for the most current official details. And then you can check the U.S. District Court for District of Minnesota docket. Boy, wouldn't that be something to see Don Sucks Lemon get 10 years? I mean, do you guys think, I'm sure everybody's watched it, right? I did a couple of videos on it. I played the whole thing in the front, commentaried on it, watched it. He knew everything he was doing. He knew about the whole operation. He even said at the beginning, and I will say it again, and that woman is filming him. He says, look, over there. It was outside the church. There was a girl crying and clenching to her parents and was terrified. And what did Don Sucks Lemon say? Look, that little kid is traumatized. But that's what protesting is all about. The people on TikTok. Boy, TikTok has exposed a lot of the... Are these the 1%ers? The psychos? The narcissistic sociopath retards?
Hi, MAGA friend. Hi. I hope you're doing okay today.
Doing great.
Just a quick reminder of something I know you know in your heart.
What do I know?
Your news sources are lying to you,
what?
And MAGA is a cult.
Oh my God.
You are welcome to rejoin the rest of us in the real world anytime you want to come back.
Oh my God.
Be well. Hi, MAGA friend.
I want to be part of the real world. I couldn't keep doing it with a straight face. Mega's lying. The news is lying. Everything's a lie. Mega's in a cult. I want to be free. Okay. Guys, here's a school in Portland. Has 11, 12, 13, and 14-year-old children standing in the pouring rain, holding signs and saying F ICE, F Trump, and chanting the same. What? Boy, I'd be suing that school. And then I'd beat my kid's butt if he was talking like that outside. What is happening? Is this the end times? We've been told that children become lawless. people were lawless. Children. Disrespectful. But this is the school promoting this. Promoting this. Insanity. Look at all of these kids lined up. They're just yelling and hooping and hollering. I didn't even want to play it. But good Lord, guys, what is happening? Let me know. How would you feel about it if you had a kid in a public school and you found out, what, did they call the parents and ask the parents for permission for the kid to go stand on the side of the road where he could get hit by a car? I don't know if you watched my video yesterday. There was another school, another high school. One of the students ran out in the road, ran right in front of the car. Just ran right to it. Bam, and the car hits her. Good Lord. You tell me, would you be pissed? I would be very pissed. I've got a minute video clip we're going to look at in just a moment, but I want to give you a little bit of backstory, because this woman in the video, I think she eviscerates them in all ways and means a matter of speak. The Post highlights a January 31st, 2026 new Richmond School Board meeting in Wisconsin. This is brand new, ladies and gentlemen, where parents protested a policy permitting biological males in school bathrooms while objecting girls to distant signal stall options, featuring a viral 1-minute video of a mother's impassionate speech invoking biological morality and divine judgment. School officials claim compliance with federal law under Title, I think that's 9. It could be, I don't know my Roman numbers because I'm retarded. But U.S. Department of Education guidance on transgender access is interpreted and non-binding, with court split in recent 2025 executive orders signaling potential restrictions on such policies. High engagement. This is telling us how many people were in there. But I can tell you what, no, this is, Trump done said no more of this garbage. And apparently it was packed, y'all, with parents. And this is the checklist. Biological boys are allowed to use the girls' bathroom at this school. Girls who object are the ones forced to walk to the other end of the building. They are told to use a single-stall nurse's bathroom instead. And then the school board does the most predictable thing imaginable. They claim their hands are tied because they are following federal law. And then he says, oh, really? Let's go ask Hermit K. DeHillen, Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights at the U.S. Department of Justice. It's that true? Yeah, because federal law does not require schools to erase girls' spaces. It does not require schools to sideline girls for the comfort of boys. And it certainly does not require this level of bureaucracy and cowardice. Parents know it. Girls feel it. And tonight, one brave woman said it out loud. I mean, getting back to lawlessness and even young people disrespecting. You know, it's a shame, because I would think and I would hope that all the boys in the school would go, no, we're not going to do this. We're going to stand up for the girls. And we catch a boy in the bathroom, we're going to go beat his ass. Hey, man, sometimes that worked, man. Or two guys stand there by the girls' bathroom. Don't let them in there. I mean, we've already had problems in Virginia where one boy decided that he was wanting to be a girl, so he goes in the girl's bathroom, and guess what? He grapes a girl. They kick him out of school. They suspend him, and then he goes to another school, and then guess what? Damn, who'd have saw this coming? He did it again. Wow, really? Evil goes unpunished, evil flourishes.
A boy born with a penis that's allowed to potty in the ladies' restroom is wrong. A penis belongs in a men's room. A vagina belongs in a ladies' room. God calls on you.
Yes, it does.
The school board, the administration, and every teacher to stand up for what is morally right. A man is never going to have babies. A woman doesn't get to go in the bathroom and watch you men pull your penis out at the urinal.
Damn.
If you can't stand for what is morality, you do not belong in education.
Word.
Stand up. Our Creator is watching, and trust me, the judgment will be His. Ooh. Choose wisely. And Mr. Schaefer, we are a republic. We're not a democracy.
Burn!
A
burn! Yep. When judgment comes. Wow. Wow. Hey, man. People got to get involved, and we got to take the communities back. Not everybody can afford to send their kids to private schools, but I think Trump, or they were I saw something, maybe it got buried in my stuff, where they're talking about giving parents more choices, and I think they should. Pull your kid out, and you have a voucher, and you can put them in another school. Now, I'm sure that school needs to probably have strict rules like, well, we need to see your kid's records. Are they a turd? Because we don't want turds over here. Right? We know what kids need to go to a better schools, right? Because there's broken homes, and it's no fault of the kids, right? I mean, at some point, let's be real. So you got all these broken home children, and then you got the school taking advantage of them, and now you have the school giving them picket signs and getting them to go and protest ICE. Good Lord, what is happening? You got boys and girls bathrooms. You got kids going F ICE and F Trump, disrespecting the government. Whatever happened to respecting the presidency's office? This is all done by design. Nope, I don't need my tinfoil hat on to know this. This is done by design, and they are paid agitators. Somebody brought them the signs at the school, and then somebody put the school administration up to letting these schools, let these kids go and protest. Hey, look, this is happening in Los Angeles yesterday. And then there's some other videos of where that dumpster you see in the front, they've set it on fire. But this is in Los Angeles at an ICE facility. It's totally trashed by the rioters. I mean, good night. They've had dumpsters. They're barricading the exits. This guy's saying, send in Bavino and his men now. Like, what's happening? Why is the mayor or the governor allowing this to go on in their city? Why? Because they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They don't care. If they were tearing up something they cared about, oh yeah, they'd have the militia out there. They'd be all over it now, wouldn't they? Okay, we're going to end with this. Now, I never knew about this. This came out in 1995. How we celebrate diversity. What is happening? Celebrate our differences. We got my God. Okay. Got to celebrate our differences. Ooga booga doo, ooga booga doo. We got to Oh my God. No, they didn't. No, they didn't make the blacks ooga boogas. Are you guys offended? This is supposed to show diversity? Ooga booga doo, ooga booga doo. Oh my God! Is this for real? Got to celebrate our differences. Oh my God. This is so racist. It's not. It is funny. And this was supposed to be celebrating diversity? This is how they've made everybody retarded that you... Am I the only one seeing the racism in this? I mean, I mean, to the Chinese. And look how they got him dressed. Oh my God. Ching kong ching kong chong. But this right here, this next one. Celebrate our differences. Ooga booga doo, ooga booga doo. Ooga booga doo. Now, if you were out anywhere and you did that in front of a bunch of black people, you'd probably get your butt kicked. But it was on the diversity song, man. Y'all are all oonga boonga. Y'all are all tribal because the cartoon taught me that. Is that where you came from? Is that how y'all were? Oh my God, my jaw's hurting. Oh man. Oonga boonga boong, oonga boonga. Does anybody remember the Bugs Bunny cartoon where he was messing with the caveman, and the caveman's like unga bunga bunga binga, and then Bugs Bunny would go unga bunga bunga binga bunga, and the caveman started chasing him around. It was hilarious, but he looked like somebody from Africa or something. And they probably said it was racist or whatever. This is racist. This is unbelievable. Let me know, am I wrong? Because when I first saw this, I just died laughing, and then I just watched it again for the second time with you guys, and I'm dying. I'm dying over here. I'm dying. Unga bunga. I was like, my first thought was, oh my God, this is so racist. But this was meant for children. For us to be diversified. It doesn't sound like we've been anywhere near diversified. It sounds like we've been more, dividified. We've been dividified. That's what we've been. We've been taught to hate each other. Hate each other, race, you racist. Everything's racist. Anyway, I mean, there was plenty more to cover, but we're deep into this video. We're going to wrap it up for the Saturday show. And it was kind of like a lot of the goofy cuckoo crap that's been going on all month, and some of it's happened just in the last few days. But there you have it, and have a wonderful weekend. And always remember, don't be retarded.